A lot of you that follow me on Instagram had asked me to tell you why give your life to him. Um, Before I go into any of that, I will just tell you why I decided to give my life to Christ. Um, it started when I was younger. My dad actually left us when I was very, very little. My parents got a divorce. It was really hard on me. I was only 2 or 3 at the time. I can't exactly remember how old. Um, but it started there. I was confused and hurt as I got older. I didn't understand why. My brother had to take care of me while my mom went to work and went to school. He would get me crackers out of the cabinets, and that's what we would have for dinner. He would do all of that. And as we got a little bit older, my mom had gotten with my stepdad, and at first I was very, very skeptical of trusting him because of the fact that I didn't know if he was going to leave us like my dad did. It took a long time for me to get that trust in him. Lots and lots of fights and arguments, but eventually I came around and realized that he wasn't going anywhere and that I could open up my heart to him, and I am forever thankful for that. But when I was in middle school, my brother's good friend at the time decided that he was going to be stupid and do something that he should not have done, and he hurt me in a way that nobody else has ever done since, and thankfully for that, they have not. But it affected me so much. Sorry. I had moved to my dad's because I wanted to try living with him, even though he had hurt me when I was younger. I wanted to give him a chance, and this was only a couple months after the incident with my brother's friend, so I was a very dark person. I wasn't exactly the kindest, but I tried my best to handle it as I could. But yeah, my dad he wasn't the kindest person about it. He called me worthless, and he wished he never had me, and lots of really, really rude things to my face, which I had already been dealing with the previous events, so therefore this caused a lot of distrust, and it sent me down a really dark path. One night I decided it would be a great idea to find a bottle of ibuprofen and down half of it with a bottle of beer. Keep in mind, I was only 12 at the time when I decided that I was going to do this, and I had wanted to end my life. That was the point of me doing it, which did not help. My dad became very, very aggressive after this, and he said that what he had said previously was true and that I needed to leave. So then I went back to my mom's and kind of just dealt with that. Like, I started hurting myself. I did endless things that I should not have done. I did know who God was at this time, but I did not know him. I knew of him, but I did not have a relationship with him. And it took a long time for me to accept the fact that God would let this happen to me. Like, I was angry at him, even though I didn't have a relationship with him, even though I was not baptized at the time. I still hated him for it. I did not understand why he would let this happen to me. So my faith I didn't try anything with my faith after that. I kind of was just like, no, like, I'm done. How dare you do this to me kind of attitude. And it took a lot for me to come back from that. I started going to Camp of the Hills in Marble Falls, if y'all know where that's at, where I met someone who actually brought me back to Christ. Her name was Dami. She spent countless nights talking to me. We would walk around everywhere talking about her relationship with Christ, what brought her to her relationship with God. And I could just see the impact that he had on her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she went through something just like I did. Not the same incident, but like something so horrible just like I did. And she turned around and she was like, God, I need you. I'm giving my life to you. I'm handing all of this over to you. Help me. And she is so happy now. Of course, she still has her ups and downs. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has those, but like, I could just see the happiness in her, and I was like, I want that. Like, I want to be happy like that. So after lots and lots of praying, I was like, God, I need you to help me with this. I am giving this up to you, God. I am asking for your help. I want you here. I'm opening up my heart to you. Just help me. And it was a lot. It was very, very, very emotional. But I realized that I was never going to be happy unless I opened up my heart and I let Christ in. And I told Dami that. I was like, I need him in my life, I want him in my life. And she said, okay, we'll get you baptized. So I got baptized in July of 2016. All of my family came, and that moment when they asked me, do you take Christ as your Lord and Savior? And I said, I do. When they dunked me under the water and they pulled me back up, I promise you, I felt like a whole new person. This giant weight that was on my shoulders had been lifted off of it, and I felt so much better. It's been a bumpy road since then, don't get me wrong. It's not been 100% perfect. I can tell you that right from the start. There's lots of ups and downs in your relationship with Christ, but if you do not keep at it, it will be horribly painful. But there's a lot of other reasons why I decided to give my life to Christ, but those were the main ones, because I couldn't do it on my own. I knew I couldn't do it on my own, and I told God, I was like, I need your help. And he helped me. He took all of that off of my chest, and now I am a better person for it. And the reason why I have decided to continue following Christ and not give up my faith is because of the countless times he has shown me that he is there. Just recently, I was having a really, really tough time. I just moved 6 hours away from home. It's been really hard on me. I don't really have a lot of friends here yet. And I missed home a lot. And a lot of it affected me. It brought back a lot of the memories of feeling abandoned by my dad. But I actually prayed one day. I was thinking about ending my life again. I couldn't handle it anymore. It was a lot. And I prayed to him and I said, God, if there's a reason for me to be here, I need you to give me a sign now, or I can't do it anymore. I need a sign. Give me a sign. And someone who I have cared deeply for a very, very long time texted me that night and was just like, hey. And immediately I knew God, that was my sign from God. God was like, you are too good to end your life. I need you down here spreading my word, giving people hope, showing them that I am real. And I can tell you, it brought tears. I cried a lot. I was like, God, all right, you're here. What do I need to do? And I could feel it in my heart. He said to me, spread my word. Do whatever you can. Spread my word. Show people that I am here. And I said, okay. So here I am, starting a YouTube channel, kind of just showing y'all how he is here. But this is how he has impacted my life. I'm hoping that I can be a little bit better at these videos than I am right now, because this is my first one. But yeah, that's kind of what brought me to Christ, what started my relationship with him. I'm sorry that this was a pretty rough first video. Bear with me, I promise I will get better, and this will be a lot more brought together than it is right now. But I really hope that this video kind of gives you some insight of who God is and why you should definitely try giving your life to him, and decide that you want to open up your heart to him too and give him the chance that he is so desperately wanting you to take. He is wanting you to just open up your heart to him, and he's there. He is constantly watching over you. He is the man. He is the one person in your life who is there constantly, and even if you don't see him, even if you don't think he is real or don't believe that he is real, he is there, and he will not show himself to you unless you ask. He gave us the choice. He wanted us to choose him, not to feel like we had to choose him, but he wanted us to be like, God, I want you. God, I need you. And he won't show you that he is there unless you ask him and say, God, I need you. Show me you're there. And I promise you he will. So that kind of just wraps up my first video. I'm sorry, this is absolutely terrible, but I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and God bless.